Hey everyone, and welcome to the Movie Poster Show. Today on the show, we're taking a look at one of the coolest posters from 1984, from a movie that came out in 1983. This is the Exploding Vader Head. Here it is, everyone, the Exploding Vader Head poster. Let's take a look at the specs on this one. This is by artist Whittled Dabowski. The size is approximately 26.5 inches by 38 inches. And this is for the first release of Return of the Jedi in Poland. Now this is a full bleed poster, meaning the image goes all the way to the edge of the paper. We're seeing a white border on here. That's just the archival backing board that we use to preserve the poster. That's not part of the poster itself. But a lot of American posters, you're going to see that white border that goes all the way around. And the poster itself is a very lightweight paper. It has a matte finish to it, and it feels somewhat like newspaper, like a heavy newspaper in your fingers. Now, artist Whittled Dabowski has created posters for movies such as Indiana Jones, The Temple of Doom, Aliens, and Airplane, just to name a few. And the artwork he created here for The Return of the Jedi is a portrait of Darth Vader with that famous helmet of his exploding into pieces. Although it's referred to as the Exploding Vader Head poster by many collectors, I actually think that the helmet looks like it's being shattered like a piece of glass rather than exploding. In the center section here where the explosion originates, we don't see any red or orange colors that you'd see from a typical explosion. The center portion is all white. So I kind of go back and forth whether it's exploding or shattering. What do you think? Now, artist Whittled Dabowski is a very accomplished photographer. One of the really cool things he did with this piece is to incorporate camera parts into the artwork. When we look at Vader's neckline, we see this cylindrical object with the words multi-coated printed on it. That's actually a camera lens. Now, multi-coated is something that is done to a camera lens during the manufacturing process. Just below that, we can see Vader's full shoulder and collar armor. And Dabowski did something really cool here. He did this alternating pattern from black to red. And then he added these patches of white into the armor that gives it the appearance of being highly polished. It's a really cool effect. Just below and to the sides of Vader's breathing apparatus, we can see two different dials or knobs. More of those camera parts that Dabowski incorporates into the artwork. And I'm not sure, but I'm guessing that these could be the dials for the camera's rewind crank or the film's shutter speed. You can see right at the tip of where Vader's nose would be is a textured red, almost looks like a button. Could be the on and off button for the camera. On the left side, we can see a big part that I'm assuming may be the body of the camera and some more wiring and mechanical parts just above. Then we look at the right side and we see more of those mechanical parts and wiring. And then we could see this textured part that almost looks like a piece of rubber or leather that they would use to coat the body of the camera to give it grip and comfort in your hand. The top of the poster has Vader's helmet cracking and pieces falling away. And we get these curved lines from the top of the helmet, and they almost repeat themselves as you move up, giving this illusion of almost a double exposure effect is the best way I could describe it, but it is really cool. Now down at the bottom, we have the credits for the poster that are in this aqua blue color that works really well with the rest of the poster that is mostly just three colors. Now there is something interesting here. Both Richard Marquand and Harrison Ford's names are misspelled, which is strange that it would be printed with these mistakes, and I'm not sure why this is done. I could not find out why this was done this way. You wouldn't think that they would send this out to theaters with one of the main actors and the director of the movie's names misspelled. Maybe that was done because the studios just didn't really pay attention to foreign marketing campaigns. Maybe the artist was given the wrong spellings of the names. We don't really know. If you know, I'd love to know myself, so let me know in the comments. On the left side, we can see Dabowski's signature and a date of 84. Now, Return of the Jedi came out in the States in 1983, but this poster and the movie didn't come out until 1984 in Poland. On the right side, you'll see this P that you'll see on a lot of original Polish film posters. This is the Pol Film logo, which I'm guessing that's the film's distribution in Poland, or possibly the printer for film posters in Poland, much like the NSS National Screen Service that you'll see on a lot of American posters. Now, there was a reproduction printing of this poster in 2015, but you won't see this Pol Film logo down on the bottom right. This was only done on the originals. So if you're ever at a flea market and you see this poster, the dimensions are correct, the feel of the paper is correct, and it has that Pol Film logo down on the bottom, it might be the real thing. Now, if you're a poster collector, a Star Wars collector, this is a really fantastic piece to have in your collection. Originals like this one will cost you somewhere between $500 on the very low end, up to $1,000, possibly more on the high end, depending on condition. And I would say that this is a rare poster. It's not as rare as some of those ultra rare Star Wars posters, but it is scarce. It doesn't come up for sale all the time, and when it does, it usually commands a pretty good price. Overall, I think it's just a really fantastic poster. It's one of my favorites. A lot of sci-fi and action movies will have, those collage posters where they try to fit every character into them. And those posters work really well, and they're really awesome when they're done right. And it's different to see ones like this where you just have a single character or a single portrait like this, and to be done in such a bizarre way, it's a really cool piece. That wraps it up for this episode of the Movie Poster Show. Thank you for watching, and on the next episode, we're going to take a look at the treasure map style one sheet by John Alvin. Tune in next time.